gentlemen, I'm back. My voice looks pretty sounding right. Why? Because there is a lot of lag and there is a lot of error sounds when I'm trying to speak. So that is why I'm trying to speak in a very high pitched tone so it could able to reach a wider audience. Let us go to the context. So this is a follow-up for the earlier podcast which I put for dogs. So something called this. What is the solution? This is asked by the fans. There are a lot of criticisms and support has been gone to the same dog issue. So I could able to see that the people who were the dog lovers, when they put the stories, I think the social media ecosystem is trying to support the dogs. Now the news channel ecosystem is currently focusing on some of the evidences where these dog bites are very fatal. I'm right. Okay, they are now putting an ecosystem where these dogs are harmful. And in social media, there is another trend going, these dogs are harmless. Yes, that is indeed correct. Now we are coming into the stage of where to think and what to think. This is where this Speak and Boom with Saziko Lindy is trying to bring you something, the Sazi or Alpha 11. So I have two platforms. One is in Spotify where you can listen to some of the Spotify exclusive podcasts. And in YouTube, you have a specific Alpha based YouTube channel. You have the Speak and Boom Saziko Lindy podcast hosted in YouTube. So now let us go into the context of why, what to do with this issue. Not only dogs, we also have pigeons. So, is killing of dogs is a solution or sterilizing dogs is the solution? That's a good question that people needs to ask. What you are going to do when you are trying to stop this? Where do these dog vans go? Do the dog vans go to the slaughterhouses? Or the dog vans go to somewhere where dogs are being put in a dark room and tortured and sterilized? So for human survival, are you going to harass the animals? This is what the question that people are asking. This is a very, very valid point that we need to interrogate the government or the society or the Supreme Court is one which gives you a direction. But who comes the part of implementation? We people create the government, so we can give a suggestion. We cannot order the government. At least we can give a suggestion that do like this. So what is the path we can give? So one of my first questions to the dog lovers. So many dog lovers, I know that they want to save dogs because they have a pet doggy. But when you say the dogs, what people think of is having a very aggressive dog, aggressive pet dog. So you don't have a dog like Ginger at home or the dog, the local breeds. There are multiple local breeds in India. There are like dog with blacky dog and dog with ginger or the dog with white color and with the stripes. I'm not saying about the GI tagged dog breeds. I'm talking about this natural dogs which is in the roadside. So whether people are growing these dogs or adopting these puppies, I could able to see these puppies and dogs are very malnourished. They'll eat things that are from the drainage or that are from waste products. They're eating these things. So these dogs are growing in their own environment. And sometimes what happens is some people try to feed them biscuits. So it's like dogs are eating something or also flesh that the crows put. So dogs become sometimes omnivores as well as you can say something called as scavengers. Dogs are now in the roadside dogs. They are mostly of a scavenger type because they do not get what they need. So are you people growing the dogs taken from the roads? People are buying dogs such as German Shepherds or Rottweilers. Rottweilers are literally banned. They cause literally death, bite, what do you say, a huge creepy bite. So some of the dangerous breeds also people try to buy a big guard dog. So major reason people buy dogs, especially the rich people buy dogs because they're guard dogs. So people buy some breeds like German Shepherd or Husky. And if you see, some people like to buy dogs because of their cuteness, the artificially created dogs, the round dogs you get to see in Instagram reels. And second thing is about pug. So these things are artificially created dogs. So people do not try to concentrate on the naturally living roadside dogs. People are not trying to attack newborn puppies from them. People are not trying to do that, but instead people are trying to buy some big breeds. So that are the ethnic dog breeds. No, they are not going to buy these things. People also now try to buy animals or birds that are artificially created. So they don't get the natural things. So some of the animals which they have is actually an artificial based things. So what happens to these roadside dogs? They are not going to be an attractive. They live in the roads, but the roadside dogs, as I told in my podcast, are literally a menace. Indeed, it's a menace, but nurturing the dogs is what you need to create. So that is where this non-governmental organizations and government should take an initiative. Create a dog home, like an home for a playground where people are living. Make the dogs trained by the people, dog lovers. Then you need to give a regular job. So you see that AI is taking a lot of jobs. You are seeing like many jobs are being taken out, right? So replace this. Create animal lovers. Create a scheme of animal lovers. Create and fund these organizations. If you cannot do, at least give funding for the organizations which are trying to do this. I'm not saying about the big, at least PETA can come into the picture and they need to create a home for dog. Can't they buy a house in a specific area and they just dedicate it for animals? See, there are a lot of people are nature lovers or naturalists who likes to live within environment. Why can't they create a sanctuary for animals? You see, tigers are now coming down. You need to create a forest for them artificially. Similarly, the dogs, Indian dogs, how many dogs like Indian breeds are being taken care by people? People will buy dog biscuits and throw on the roads, but they don't allow the dogs in their homes. I especially say for these dog lovers. I'm a different case. I don't like to bring dog in my house much, or else dog. And I don't harass the dogs which are outside my house. I don't bully them. That's also the second thing. So I'm not a dog hater or not a dog lover. If the dog is there, I will say let it be. But I don't fear them. But if they are so angry, I try to go away. That's my side. So literally, I just want to ask people, what is the solution? My solution is create a body for animal protection. Create an animal protection organization. So it's like you have multiple NGOs that care for animals. You have Blue Cross, you have PETA, you have multiple animal caring organizations. You can also give initiative for NSS. You see in Indian Army also, you only breed the German Shepherds or Husky dogs. You don't breed Indian dogs or Indian German, the Indian Ginger. So Indian breeds are not given importance in our country. Because it has its limitations, I understand. But even the police dogs are not going to be an Indian dogs. So most of the breeds are not even Indian. So what about these dogs? Okay, what you will be doing these things? Are you going to eradicate these animals? That is what the $1 million question is this. That is why I'm saying that create a separate space for animals. Allow them to live there. Make them to create an environment for them. Yeah, the dogs will live in their kennel if you create the environment. Create a house only for animals. Or make the humans and animals coexist in the same room. The dogs won't harass you if you're going to give them food. The dogs are domesticated animals, right? They won't be harassing people. That's what the answer for the question. If you're carrying the dog, please don't stop by putting biscuits or feeding them and going away. Try to create a safe space for them. And don't make the dog to create menace for multiple people. Create a home for them. You see many rag pickers or people who are living outside, at least government is trying to give them homes, right? Similarly, create home for animals also. Animals are not inferior than humans because they have no sixth sense. That's what people say, right? But I know some people have seventh sense or eighth sense, but I don't care about that. But they're also living beings. Mostly animals, yeah, you can see veterinary doctors. Why not veterinary doctors takes continuous inspection of whether dogs have rabies or not? What are these vets are doing in this? I'm not talking about veterans. It's veterinary doctors. I'm talking about these vet doctors. What they are going to do? They need to check regularly whether these animals they have this rabies bacteria. They need to cure them. These are some of the things that the governments can take. Not only being a keyboard warrior is not enough. Try to step out and take some initiatives. It's what my point is. Second thing, I again say that I don't love or hate dogs, but I like to keep them in the environment where they are. I will live and let them live. That's what my policy is. Please share your opinions in the comment section in YouTube or also in Spotify. You can share your comments. And please subscribe to Alpha Arabic. And follow Speak and Boom It's as equal in your Spotify.